Ultra Video Putter T. Oi, Aaron with Sports Recaps. This is a more serious video. It's not a sports recap. It's not recapping a game or anything. So it's a more serious video. So if you're looking for a sports recap, well, the title says it all. You know what I'm saying? The title says it all. So a USA Gymnastics team member, McKayla Maroney, I'm sure most people know who she is, claims that her team doctor, the official USA Gymnastics team doctor, molested her from the time she was 13 to when she left the sport. I think probably when she was 17. I think it's kind of odd, but in gymnastics they don't officially retire. Some of them never announce that they're going to retire. They just kind of leave. A lot of times it's because of injuries. So I think in 2013 is when she, quote unquote retired or left the sport because of injuries. A lot of gymnasts, I cover almost all sports. I don't know, I'm just a sports nut. And a lot of times with especially the elite gymnastics, like at her level, I don't know what's called, like level 10 or whatever. There's different levels, but she's like considered an elite gymnast. They get a lot of injuries, and a lot of them are career ending, and some of them are nasty. Alright, so this deals with McKayla Maroney claims that Dr. Larry Nassar, you might have heard of him already. He is USA Gymnastics official team doctor, and he gives the females, girls, physicals, and other inappropriate actions. There are probably now over 100 females that have accused this doctor of molestation, abuse, and possibly even physical violence. Now, McKayla claims that, like I stipulated earlier, for about 4 years until she left, he kept molesting her. There are other elite level gymnasts that have come forward. There's, former medalists and high profile. She might be, I don't get into, popularity, who's the most popular, but if you want to get into that, she could be the most high profile gymnast that has come forward, or one of the most high profile. She won, I think, a team gold medal in 2012. She claims that this doctor molested her before the team won a gold medal. I'm assuming that he may have molested the other gymnasts, or I don't know. I don't have inside knowledge. I don't know how it all works. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming, why wouldn't, if you have all these females that are coming forward, why wouldn't he have molested the other team members? She also claims that he molested her before she won her silver medal in the 2012 Olympics. Then it gets even more creepy, if that's not creepy enough for you. McKayla claims that on a flight to Tokyo, I think for, I don't know if it was for Olympics. It must have been like World Championships, or maybe these teams compete overseas and they're not necessarily for World Championships. Maybe some event in Japan. Anyway, she was on a flight all day long, and she claims that he drugged her, but she claimed that he gave her a sleeping pill, and then the next thing she remembers is that she woke up in a hotel room alone with this older man. I think he's in his 60s now, or no, my bad. I think he might be closer to 60, but I think he's in his mid 50s, 57, 58 or something like that. So I don't know enough context. I'm just wondering, think about it. So you take a sleeping pill, you boarded the plane to fly all day to Japan, and then somebody gives you a sleeping pill, but you don't remember exiting the plane. So I don't know for a fact, but I couldn't find out more details. I'm thinking maybe she's accusing him of drugging her intentionally and slipped her a different type of a pill, or I don't know. She claims he gave her a sleeping pill, but then she woke up in a hotel room alone with him, and he was, treating her. She, I think, released this accusation over Twitter officially, but I know her official Twitter has this accusation, and it's the image, so we can read it. Everyone's words over the past few days have been so inspiring to me. I know how hard it is to speak publicly about something so horrible and so personal because it's happened to me too. People should know that this is not just happening in Hollywood. You have that going on in Hollywood, but this is sports related, but it's not obviously a sports recap. It's not the kind of recap I like to report about, but I think it's important. This is happening everywhere. Wherever there is a position of power, there seems to be potential for abuse. I had a dream to go to the Olympics, and she made it. And the things that I had to endure to get there were unnecessary and disgusting. I was molested by Dr. Larry Nassar, the team doctor for the United States Women's National Gymnastics team and Olympic team. The USA Gymnastics team is different than the Olympic team. The USA, the Carolis, although she retired, they would have picked this team. So he was the team doctor for both USA Gymnastics, which is the elite level team, and then also the Olympic team. Dr. Nassar told me that I was receiving, quote, medically necessary treatment that he had been performing on patients for over 30 years, unquote. It started when I was 13 years old at one of the first national team training camps in Texas, and it didn't end until I left the sport. It seemed whenever and wherever this man could find the chance I was, in quotes, treated. Although this is an entire quote. It's a quote within a quote. It happened in London before my team, and I won the gold medal, and it happened before I won my silver. For me, the scariest night of my life happened when I was 15 years old. I had flown all day and night with the team to get to Tokyo. So again, in context, she claims she was with the team. He'd given me a sleeping pill for the flight, and the next thing I know, I was all alone with him in his hotel room getting a treatment, in quotes. I thought I was going to die that night. The Olympics is something that brings people hope and joy. It inspires people to fight for their dreams because anything is possible with hard work and dedication. I remember watching the 2004 Olympics. I was 8 years old, and I told myself that one day I would wear that red, white, and blue leotard and compete for my country. Sure, from the outside looking in, it's an amazing story. I did it. I got there, but not without a price. Things have to change, but how do we begin? I'm no expert, but here are my thoughts. 1, speaking out and bringing awareness to the abuse that is happening. 2, people, institutions, organizations, especially those in positions of power, I'm on that same page, etc., need to be held accountable for their inappropriate actions and behavior. 3, educate and prevent no matter the cost. 4, have zero tolerance for abusers and those who protect them. Is it possible to put an end to this type of abuse? Is it possible for survivors to speak out without putting careers and dreams in jeopardy? I hope so. Our silence has given the wrong people power for too long, and it's time to take our power back. And remember, it's never too late to speak up, unquote, McKayla Maroney. Now, Dr. Larry Nassar also worked for the University of Michigan State, or Michigan State University, as a physician, a team doctor, also with gymnastics. And I know he was employed, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think he was employed with a local gymnastics facility. So for a while he had like 3 jobs, or off and on he's been employed by, Michigan State University, USA Gymnastics, the Olympic team, and then also I think like a local gymnastics club. I don't know if he owns his own gymnastics club but I know he worked, as like a physician for something local. What else? I think 1988 to 2015, he worked for Team USA until about a year before he was charged. They let him go, which I don't think this is all an accident. It was almost a year to the date, or like something like that. I think in September of 2016, a little over a year ago, he faced charges, and I think he's going to be sentenced later this fall for child pornography. But now he's facing... Now, some of the girls, I don't know if he's faced criminal charges for child molestation. Again, I heard about him last year, but, I could be wrong about that. But some of the girls started suing him. So, because they noticed that he wasn't getting charged for, molestation or abuse or even possible physical violence. One former elite level gymnast accused him of using violence towards her. That might be why they started to sue him. And then what else? Now, allegedly, This isn't the first time that people accused him of molesting girls, gymnasts. I think either in the 80s or 90s, somewhere far back in the past, people accused him and nothing happened. So all of a sudden in 2015, Team USA let him go. I don't think that's an accident. Do I know for a fact that the Carolis knew about this? Some people are attacking them. I don't know, but to think that they, I mean, and then she retired in 2016, and so I just don't know about all this. Did higher level people at USA Gymnastics know this was going on? If people complained about him before, why wouldn't they have complained to Team USA? Because he's been working for them since 1988. Anything else about the perpetrator, Larry Nassar? I think I went over everything that I know about him. He has a YouTube channel, and he's made videos giving girls treatments. I watched, believe it or not, this is how I roll, this is how I study. I watched every video, and it didn't seem like, I mean, it wouldn't make logical sense for him to, molest them on camera, but it didn't seem like any of those videos there was anything that I was suspicious of. But I just want to let you know that the last time I checked, he still had a YouTube channel where he was giving treatments to, I don't know, I don't think they were real treatments. He was giving like tutorial videos. He would describe, okay, this is what you do for this type of injury, and this is what I do. I put tape, and then blah, 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 blah. So McKayla Maroney, another elite level gymnast that claims that Dr. Larry Nassar, the team physician for USA Gymnastics and also Michigan State University, molested her. Adios!